listening to BBQ Central.
Start the game! Let's go!
We'll do it live. Okay. Well, do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
So to get that perfect barbecue, you use wood. Are you sure it's safe? Whatever. We put the lighter fluid on, strike the match, and... Oh, should we call the fire department? That might be a good idea.
Good evening and welcome to the Really Big Barbecue Central Show.
Ooh, this is nice!
This is the show that talks about all things that are important to the world of barbecue and grilling. This show originates from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city, Bomb City, USA, Cleveland, Ohio, the barbecue capital of the North Coast. I'm your program host, Greg Rempe. Happy to have you aboard here on your Tuesday evening's live fire fun and frivolity show. If you would like to get in contact with the show this evening, or you would like to follow the show during off-show hours, here's how you do all that.
You can get in touch with the show by sending an email to Greg at BBQCentralShow.com. Follow us on all the social media channels at BBQ Central Show. And be sure to subscribe to the show podcast feed on your favorite podcast platform.
Anything else you want to find out about the show can be found at the main website, thebbqcentralshow.com. And here's what's happening in case you get the newsletter. Much like June shaped up, July shaping up in a similar fashion. 14 past the first hour as we kick off the second half of the year, 2025, rapidly coming to a close. Our pal Malcom Reed. Indeed. After Malcolm, I have an open segment. I have some summatory thoughts on a few items that have transacted here over the last couple weeks. Also, I have some emails to get to, so we'll answer those as well. And then we'll move to the second hour, where we will find the normal first Tuesday of the month in the second hour guest. Author, cooking class instructor, celebrity, you name it, he's in it. YouTube sensation. By the way, both guests, YouTube media mavens. But in the second hour, I'm talking about our pal Sam, the cooking guy. So today is a special day for Sam and a bunch of other people. I'll tease it in that way. Keeping with the special day for some of these folks, I have gone out of my way to prepare something extremely special, something that I don't normally do, especially in public, especially in a recorded sense. I did do it for a period of time. I got away from it. We're going to circle back around here on the first Tuesday of July. Bring it back because Sam, special to me, so I want to show how special he is to me by putting my best foot forward with this special presentation that I have for him in the second hour. And then we will be talking about food dishes. He was out of the country last month. We were supposed to talk about that. We said we would couch it until July. Also, we were going to talk about, I don't remember if we were going to recap my Bahamas trip in July as well, since we had pre-recorded everything both with Malcolm and Sam. So, I mean, who knows, right? I have an outline, an agenda, if you will. Do we get to it? I don't know. But I do have something set, so that's how the show's laying out. We'll tie a bow up, and then we'll get out here. So Malcom Reed, first hour, and Sam, the cooking guy, the second hour. What I'm thinking is maybe once a quarter, we do the Malcolm and Sam Power Hour, where we take Sam from the second hour and put him into the first hour along with Malcolm, and now we got two heavyweights Holy moly. There's a good chance we could break the internet if we did something like that, but I will reach out to each party's contacts, see if that's something we might be able to put together once a quarter. I mean, how fun would that be? I don't know. Maybe it would be no fun at all, but you know me, I love taking risks with the show. So anyway, that's how the show is laying out tonight. Don't forget you can follow me socially, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, all with the handle at BBQ Central Show. We say good evening to those of you tonight watching through one of our video streaming platforms. Of course, you could go to facebook.com/BBQ Central Show and watch, or you can go over to YouTube, which is youtube.com/@BBQ Central Show. And we have a new YouTube poll question of the week, and spawned off of the argument from last week, last week's and month's embedded correspondent. I'm asking everybody, including all guests, this: do you like the term pitmaster? And currently 71% of you are saying yes, you do like the term pitmaster. Started at 100%, wormed its way all the way back to a 65 before it sprouted back up to a 71 at this point, which means 29% of you are along with me. No, I don't like it. I said as much last week. I thought I made a tremendous case on why I didn't like it. Also, why I don't really like the term chef. Also, why I think if you're using the term pitmaster, you have to allow those cooks who prefer cooking on pellet cookers. The minute you start to discriminate on a term or classify on a term that has no measurable way of classification, as I pointed out last week, it becomes very weird. I would rather drop the term altogether. That's me. We'll ask Malcolm here in a minute. Results of the poll question from last week: have you followed a band around the country before? And 85% of you said no. I'm surprised 15% of you said yes. I have to imagine we're all around the same age or older. So what band are you following around the country if you're 50 plus years old, or let's even say mid-40s and above? What band are you following around? Is it the Grateful Dead? I never got into them. I don't know when they were popular. I don't know when they fell off the face of the earth. I know John Mayer is fronting something akin to the Grateful Dead. That's right in his wheelhouse for jam band stuff. Anyway, that's where it laid out last week. So we'll start here tonight. And the good news is this: there does appear to be a number of you that had no idea that there was something called a competition barbecue box available on the market right now. And through the emails that I got, there was a common theme, something along the lines of, hey, I don't compete, but could I still get a competition barbecue box? And of course, the answer is yes. Who's turning away business? But what's better than getting a box of high-quality meat that comes ready to cook in a competition setting? Or if you are someone who's not interested in doing the competition thing, but you would like to cook competition quality meat that is also professionally trimmed once in your life, this is the way to do it. Nothing better than that. How about this? You're throwing a party for some of your barbecue fan friends. Now you can offer a wide variety of different eats for everyone to sample. The ribs, the chicken, the brisket, the pork collar. How many places are kicking around the pork collar specifically to be able to show off in that way? I think the bottom line is this: if you're a competitor and you have had it with trimming the week leading into a contest, and you haven't tried Mr. Brisket's competition barbecue box, it's got to be worth trying to save labor hours at a minimum. Also, if you are a backyard hack like me and you want to try what the comp guys do weekend in and weekend out, but you don't have the knife skills to perform said trimmings and preparation, this box is definitely for you because it's coming competition trimmed by a competitor, a former or a formidable competitor as well, at least here regionally in Aaron Huntelman. So if you want to try and see what the hype is all about, and you just found out about it last week, this box is for you. I mean, any three scenarios that I've just painted for you, the competition box is for you. If you're just somebody that wants a great brisket and racks of ribs and chicken and really good pork, and you don't want to source it individually as a fourth scenario, there you go. By the way, if you're like our pal Doug Scheiding and you have OCD tendencies, get the box untrimmed and do it yourself. The payoff being that you don't have to go around to different stores or scour the internet, for that matter, to get the meat to your house. Shows up, it's all trimmed, it's ready to go. Unless you're Doug. Doug admitted last week on the show, if that box shows up to his house trimmed, he's taking everything out. He's possibly re-trimming or touching up what he feels was not good enough. It's won in competition. It's won categories. I believe it's won grand championships with people using it, and will be available at the American Royal, as Aaron said last week. Just tick your ticket off. Chairs, check. Ice, check. Competition box for Mr. Brisket, check. Easy stuff. Anyway, you try it out and let me know. And then don't forget about those untrimmed chicken thighs I told you about last week as well. If you missed it, go back and listen to the show. All right, Malcom Reed is ready to go. If you are serious about your grilling game, then you need to check out the latest from Pits and Spits. Why not kick things off with the Pits and Spits griddle? Great idea. Let's do it. Gas griddle combines the power of a traditional grill with the versatility of a flat-top griddle. Engineered with precision, crafted from top-quality materials, this versatile griddle is set to revolutionize your outdoor cooking experience. Constructed of 304 marine-grade stainless steel, a fully welded design, the griddle comes with 4 burners to accurately manage your heat zones and get blistering hot with 80,000 BTUs. Made with the Pits and Spits signature quality, it's a griddle that is designed to last for generations. Now, for those of you building your ultimate outdoor kitchen, you have to check out the built-in pellet grill, designed for the discerning grill masters who demand top-tier performance. This grill, the centerpiece of any serious outdoor kitchen. From low and slow smoking to high heat searing, this grill can handle it all. Brisket, ribs, pizzas, veggies, you name it. This grill can cook it. With the Pits and Spits legendary craftsmanship, you can be confident it's built to last. Stainless steel construction, a design that's as reliable as it is versatile. So, are you ready to take your cooking to the next level? Head on over to the website, pitsandspits.com/BBQ Central. That's pitsandspits.com/BBQ Central. Or go to the website, go to the homepage, go down to the sponsors, and then click on the Pits and Spits logo. It'll take you right there. And then use promo code BBQ Central for a free spice pack with orders over $500. Here's what I can guarantee you. If you order the built-in pellet grill and or the Pits and Spits griddle, well over $500. So make sure you put that code in, BBQ Central, at checkout, and you will get that free spice pack shipped along with all those great cookers. All right, let's check in with Malcom Reed. Stick around. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the BBQ Central Show. Broadcasting live from the BBQ Central Show studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the BBQ Central Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Welcome back. This portion of the show being brought to you by Fireboard, makers of Fireboard 2, Fireboard Pro, Fireboard Spark, Fireboard Beacon, and the wireless Fireboard Pulse. Did you know that when you use the Fireboard app and you are connected to your local area network, you now have total access to all devices connected anywhere in the world? It's true. Find out more by visiting fireboard.com or call 816-945-2232. My next guest tonight hosts the ever-popular How to Barbecue Right YouTube channel. And as of June 29th, 1.85 million YouTube subscribers worldwide, and a monthly guest here on the show. We welcome back our pal Malcom Reed. the show. Hey,
What's
Malcolm.
happening, Greg?
I am,
How's it going, man? I'm doing fine.
I am excited to talk to you. I have obviously a follow-up question that I'm going to be asking here in a second. But before we do that, we have a YouTube poll question of the week that we're asking everybody, including all guests. Do you like the term pitmaster, yes or no?
No.
Nope.
I do not.
Would you like to drop it from the lexicon, or would you like to rename it?
I think you got to rename it. I don't really have a good one, but I just think, you don't ever master it. There's no mastering it. You can get pretty good at it, but I don't know if you can be a master.
I always thought barbecue cook was a good one.
Yeah.
And then
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Why do we always have to press the levels up and up? And he's an outdoor cook, or he's a pit master. We had a big argument last week, and I said, well, how does one define pitmaster? What are the rules of engagement? If you go to, then we got into a big discussion about what do you think about the term chef? And I said, well, to me, a chef is somebody that has probably went to culinary school and done that work and earned that degree to be called chef. Then there were a lot of dissenters on the dais saying, well, what if you were a cook, a line cook for 10 years, and you've worked your way up the rank, and now you've earned the title of chef? Or are you not allowed to be called chef? Any thoughts on chef, Malcolm?
I mean, I was kind of thinking the same thing. A chef is somebody that went to culinary school and actually earned that title. Now, I mean, who's to say you can't work your way up to it and earn it that way too, but you're putting in time. And I guess that's kind of what makes you a pit master, I think, just putting in the time at a pit, being able to cook just about anything over open fire or smoke or whatever it takes, putting in that time.
One of the things that really pissed me off last week was Matt from Tennessee was trying to sell me on why the term pitmaster was good. But then when I turned him around and said, well, what do you think about somebody cooking on a pellet cooker? Then they can be a pitmaster. He immediately disqualified. Said, no, that's not a real pit, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, this is where it gets very murky for me, because now we're disqualifying a whole sect of cooks that might only want to deal with pellet cookers.
Exactly. I mean, I think you got to be able to cook on them all if you want to be a pit master, you got to be able to cook on anything, whether it's pellet grill, Weber kettle, giant smoker, whatever it is, hole in the ground, an actual pit. How about that?
Yeah. Have you seen I don't even know if resurgence is right. Have you seen a small groundswell of posts that are showing the Weber Ranch kettle more than ever before in the last 5 or 6 years?
I have, yeah. And I don't, it's been around forever, and that's a grill I've wanted for a long time. I just never broke down and spent that much money for one. But I've been seeing a lot more of it. Maybe they're trying to push them. The one I've really been seeing is this American flag one they've got for $100 at Walmart or whatever. That's the one that I'm looking at one right now. Shell bought me one.
So what I'm asking you tonight is, you sound studio quality, number one, but from a visual standpoint, for those that are watching, this isn't the normal Malcom Reed podcast setup that we would find you in monthly. So where are we finding you? And rumor has it you might be doing a little Marty Bird on us.
I don't know about that. But no, the sound quality, that all comes from you, man. I bought the setup that you sent me for a remote, and I've been using it when I do remote podcasts, and it's fantastic. But no, we've been over in Arkansas for about a week. We've been working on a property over here that we built on the banks of the White River. We enjoy coming over here. It's up in the mountains in the Ozarks over here, a place called Mount Olive, and it's real remote. And man, it's a good place to hide out for a little bit, catch some trout.
Is that a place that you've known about or that you would visit as a kid? Like, how do you decide here?
Yeah. So my friends at Townsend Spice and Supply, they make a lot of seasons for a lot of people out there. They actually are in a town called Melbourne, which is just away from this mountain about 30 minutes, and that's where they're from. So we started coming over here cooking their contests. They've had a couple different contests over here, and we were supporting them. And they make some of the spices for me, my Malcolm's line of stuff. And we just became really good friends. And they was like, we come over here and we rented cabins, and I just got tired of renting. We said we were going to try to build us our own place. And it happened. So
Now, in your most recent podcast, you're talking about the process of outfitting the new place with the right cookers. And since it's not your full-time place, you don't want to outfit it like you would Malcolm's Smokehouse, but you also don't want to hamstring yourself from a cooker perspective when you're out there for a week or two or whatever it is at a time. Have you decided on what a final setup or at least an initial setup might be on the porch?
So I brought with me a Traeger that I had at the shop, and Shell bought me for Father's Day one of the I call it the Captain America Weber kettle. And so I brought those with me. And then I realized that I needed a flat top. So my friends there at Townsend, they sell the Camp Chef products. And they had a new flat top. So I went and picked one of those up. So that's what I'm working with right now. It may not stay that way, but I've got everything I need to cook outside with. I mean, if I want to smoke something, I got my pellet grill. If I want to grill, I've already been grilling steaks and chicken and stuff on the Weber kettle, and I got a season in the flat top. I just got it today. So I'm going to get it going tomorrow, probably do some smash burgers tomorrow night.
I think one of the best inventions to griddle cooking, this is coming as a repeat for now perhaps 3 weeks in a row or 4 weeks in a row, so I apologize to the audience for hearing me say it again. But I think the best thing to happen in griddle cooking in recent memory, and this isn't a Camp Chef thing, it's a Weber thing, their pre-seasoned griddle top is absolutely amazing. I can't believe that it hasn't been knocked off by everybody yet. And as somebody who had the, I don't know what you call it, it's like a Slate portable cooker, like a camp, like I don't camp, so it's a waste on me. I'll use it to toast buns. But it had the pre-seasoned griddle top on it. And then I was given a full-size, like 30-inch Weber Slate with the pre-seasoned. I'm telling you, it's a no-brainer. Pop it in, turn it on, burn it off, and that's it. There's no seasoning process that needs to be done, no hours on end, no wasting money on Crisco or whatever the hell you're using to burn in that griddle top, and it is about as bulletproof as it gets. Granted, I'm only, let's say, 4 months in at this point, but I've gone out of my way to leave the top up and let it rain on that thing. Like, try and do everything except, like, taking nails and gouging into it to try and create rust. But I've allowed it to try and create rust on its own naturally. And it's resistant as it comes. And then just quick clean off and away you go to cooking. It's unbelievable. And I think if I'm looking at trends in 2025, I would say by the end of the year, if not at the turn of the year, you're going to be seeing a lot more of these companies that have griddles come out with pre-seasoned griddle tops.
See, I love that idea. I got the first generation Weber flat top griddle, and it didn't have that. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of rust on it, but I agree 100%. There's a lot of care goes into those, because I've also have a Blackstone. I've got two Blackstones, one of the small ones and one of the 36 inchers. And I fight it because I don't use it all the time. I do keep it covered up, but rust still finds its way on it. And so I'm constantly, when I get ready to cook on it, I have to pretty much recondition it, get ready to go. But I love that idea. And you're exactly right. I mean, I remember, and we have one at home. Shell uses it to cook pancakes on, and on the countertop, but it comes pre-seasoned. And those things you can't. I mean, we've never scratched it. Now I've never tried to scratch it. That would be my concern with that stuff. Like, if you really got in there scraping or doing some hibachi style cooking where you're doing a lot of chopping, flipping with a metal spatula, is it gonna ding that nonstick pre-treated top, or is it pretty tough?
No, it's super tough. I've been merciless on it. I've gone down with the scraper. Like if I'm going to be cutting meat up, the double spatula. That looks weird when you do that. So it at this point, it appears it is very hardy. It's not chipping. I'm doing all the normal actions that I would do as I was cleaning the black. I have a Blackstone as well. So everything that I was doing on that, I've done on this. I've had no issues. And again, without the burn process. The thing that I would recommend, I think I might have mentioned it once, maybe 6 or 8 months ago when we were on the topic of griddles with somebody else. And you mentioned it on your most recent podcast. You can buy a top that goes silicone.
It's like a
top.
silicone. Yeah.
Go to Amazon, search silicone griddle plate thing, and it just sits right on top of it, prevents any rust from going on. So if you're going to continue to use Blackstone, you're not going to get anything treated, and you want to keep it in its best condition possible, you slam that right down. I did that on the Blackstone when I got it. I never had a flick of rust on that. Plus, heaven forbid you get a mouse or a rat or a nitrile or whatever the hell on the griddle top. It's all clean. Just lift it right off, and away you go. You don't have to worry about all that stuff. I don't know if I really. So OCD tells me that I probably have to get one for the Weber now that I talked about varmints, getting on the griddle top. But outside of that, not for the rust, but just to keep the weird things off the top. That was a good suggestion as well. So if you can get your hands on one, I would say they're hard to guard. It's probably worth every penny.
Yeah, I know this Camp Chef model that I have. That's one of their accessories they sell. So that's going to be the first thing that I order for it. I hadn't pulled the trigger on it yet, but that's going to be the next thing that I purchase.
Malcolm, did you know today was Canada Day?
I did not.
Well, it is.
I guess that's a good thing, right?
Do you
Canada Day.
Do you have a special message of inspiration for our Canadian brethren?
Oh man, just cheers. I know they love their beer up there, so I'm down with it.
Yeah.
So.
Beer and denim, nothing better than that.
Go Canucks.
So, 3 days from now, we have 4th of July here. So while they're celebrating Canada's independence or creation or whatever the hell it is today, we're going to be celebrating our independence from England on Friday. What's on the menu at a Malcom Reed Ozark location?
Yeah, so I picked up a couple pork butts when I went to town earlier. I've got some ribs with me too, so we're just going to be pretty standard barbecue. I think that we're going to do that on the 4th, and then the next day I'm going to do burgers and dogs. So we're going to kind of do 2 days. I mean, because it's when it's on a Friday, you got to celebrate all weekend, and so it's going to be a good time. Shell actually brought her nacho machine to Arkansas, so we'll be ready for some barbecued nachos, maybe a cheese dog. Who knows?
Yeah, you got it all there. I mean, when you're bringing the cheese thing, like that's a sign of a party. Like if you're bringing that somewhere, good things are about to happen.
It's a party. Exactly, it's a party. I'm sure it's going to be a big time.
All right, so let's talk about hot dogs just for a second. Your favorite way to cook hot dogs?
My favorite way is probably on the smoker, but I like the big 1/4 pound, all beef colossal hot dogs, the Nathan's, and it takes I do 275 on a smoker. I let them roll till it's about 35, 45 minutes, something like that. It gets the outside snappy, and it doesn't, it's not charred at all. It's not like a grilled dog. My second favorite way would be on the slow rolling them on a flat top. I love that too. I'm not a big steam dog guy, throw them in water or steam or anything like that. I like the skin to kind of to get that grill, smoke flavor to it. I think it just makes a better bite.
Are you a fan of like almost slicing through them, opening them up, and then browning them on either side? Maybe add a little piece of American cheese and go from there.
So we grew up, my mom would make us hot dog sandwiches like that. Butterfly two dogs, flip them on one side, get them a little scorchy, flip them over, lay that American cheese right on top, throw it on some toast with, a little mustard, a little ketchup maybe. That was a hot dog sandwich for me, and I'm all about it, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Now, from a burger standpoint, are you just get ground beef, or if you have the ability, would you prefer to be grind your own guy?
So, I mean, I like to know where it comes from. I mean, I'm an 80-20 guy. I like the fat content in it. Recently, I did do some brisket burgers that I ground my own, and then I added some bacon ends and pieces to it to give it a little extra fat, and those were really, really good, really good texture. But man, I bought at the store. I know you like them. I bought 2 boxes of the Bubba burgers. If you need something in a pinch, man, you just break them out, throw them on, and you're not wrong. They are fantastic. So, I mean, for a frozen burger, to go from froze to ready to eat and not a lot of time, it's hard to beat those. They're good in a pinch. I'm not saying they're as good as the real ground and patted out, but they're good.
Brioche buns are the best buns for burgers, yes or no?
No. I'm a potato bun man.
Wow.
Have you tried the potato bun?
I
Of
have.
those-
I circle back to brioche for some reason. I don't know if it's a
Yeah.
little bit of a sweetness. There was a video that I saw a couple weeks ago where Adam Richman was just dog shitting all over brioche buns, and George Motes was backing him up. Like two of my most favorite individuals.
Yeah.
Felt like they were taking turns kicking me in the balls, saying how bad brioche buns are for burgers. But everybody's palate's a little bit different. I do like potato bun. In certain situations, I like Kaiser, although it's a little too stiff for me in most instances. But there's some burgers in the way they're built that Kaiser isn't too bad either.
My thing with the brioche is good, and it films. Like if you see me do a burger video, most of the time I'm going to use a brioche because it makes a really pretty picture. It looks good on film, but it's a lot of bread, and it's kind of like that Kaiser. It's just a lot of bread for a burger. So if you like a big, thick, half-pound burger and you got that much bread, I mean, it's a mammoth of a sandwich at that point. And so, a little goes a long way. I mean, I've been trying to watch my bread intake just because it's not good for me. And I'm more meat, but I like a good one anyway. There's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, I've been a huge burger fan. I mean, I'm on a huge smash burger run for, I don't know, maybe it's been the last 2 or 3 years. As I tell everybody, I was way late to the smash burger game, and then when I got that first Blackstone, might have been the second or third thing that we did, and I was a little like, I mean, how much better can it be? And then the first round, I was like, wow, I mean, I can't remember the last time I was so wrong about anything in my life. And then it's been smash burgers ever since. Girls would come home, girls would never ask for a burger when they would come back home from college, or, if I met, what do you want for dinner tonight? It never was a burger. And now routinely, are we going to do smash burgers when I'm home, or can we have smash burgers? We got to get 8 pounds of meat because we got to do smash burgers for everybody that I'm inviting over. It was a game changer for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't think I've talked to you since we went to Chicago. I took your advice and went down the stairs. I went down the stairs by the river and found the burger joint that had the Curse of the Goat.
Billy Goat.
And that was a fantastic the Billy Goat. Yes, it was a Billy Goat Tavern or something like that. Yeah. But man, I mean, what a cool place, dude. And the burger, I mean, now you're not going to think it's not a fancy burger at all. This is like an old school diner style greasy spoon burger. They're cooking them all right there, limited toppings. That was one of the best bites that I had. Just a good greasy burger, man. It was fantastic.
Yeah, and the location is crazy. Like, you're right under Michigan Avenue, under a bridge, and then you just magically happen upon this burger oasis that's pretty much famous for Saturday Night Live.
Absolutely. And I was the cheeseburger, right?
Insane.
I had a cold pint and I had a burger, and man, that was all I needed.
Talking about cold pints, as the 4th is almost upon us, from a cocktail standpoint, what's your go-to these days?
Well, this week I've been sipping on a little Tito's with cran grape and club soda. So it's kind of a take on a transfusion, the golf course drink, a little bit. But it's like a summertime drink. I don't put too much of the cran grape, just enough to to lock the edge off. But real simple.
So is that like outside of the grape juice or cranberry juice or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Tito's. All right. There's something else I'm thinking of. My
Tito's.
boss has gotten real into ranch water, but I always forget what liquor.
Yeah.
What's the liquor in that?
Usually tequila.
Oh, yeah. So
Tequila.
and soda?
Topo Chico.
Yeah.
Topo Chico. And tequila with lime.
You like
really
that?
good too. That's a great summertime. Yeah. If it's hot outside, those will go down really well.
Is that something you want to use a higher end tequila on? I'm no tequila expert like I would be like a bourbon or a gin guy, so I don't know.
Yeah. Man, I'm not a high end. I buy the ones I drink, So it's not. I would say I'm middle shelf. So for tequila for me, I'll drink 1800. But let's see, what's the Don Julio? That's the one I remember Shell drank a lot of when we were in Mexico, and it's probably one of the. It's not the highest end, but it's an upper shelf tequila. But I'm not a snob when it comes to it, man. I just like
If it tastes good, it's good. That's always
That's
been my
exactly
thing.
right.
Right?
Yep.
Trust your
I'm not
palate.
scared to drink a little Jim Beam. I'll drink a little Jim Beam. It's one of the
Yeah.
cheapest bourbons you can get.
I mean, it's so consistent, and I think bourbon became so popular. I almost feel like bourbon had a barbecue moment from back in like 2014 or 2010 or whenever it was like really popular, and all of a sudden people felt like they had to get this kind of charcoal and this kind of barbecue pit and use this kind of meat, and if you didn't, you had to keep it a secret. Otherwise, people were going to shit talk you right to your face. I feel like the bourbon era is now right there. I feel like people feel like they need to have a Pappy on the shelf and a Whistle Pig on the shelf and a Weller. I mean, whatever, all these super high dollar bourbons.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm like, well, I can get a huge handle of Jim Beam for about $28. It'll last me a long time. And by the way, it tastes pretty good neat, and it tastes pretty good on the rocks. I don't feel bad if I'm mixing it into some kind of drink like ginger ale and Jim Beam for a highball. It all works pretty well.
Yeah, you know what I found? The Kirkland brand of liquors at Costco. They are for the money, you can't beat them, man.
Yeah,
and most of those are made by a couple of the bigger distilleries that are making stuff. They don't say it on there, but it's really good. Their vodka's good, their tequila's good, their scotch is good, their bourbon's good. I've tried them all, and you get the handle right at Costco. I mean, so I don't knock anybody for what they drink or how they drink it. I catch a lot of flack over if I add something to bourbon, if I add Coke to bourbon, if I have why am I doing that? Why am I not just drinking it neat? And then these guys will say, well, you should have put a piece of ice in it, or you didn't spin it enough. I don't know. I don't.
You just count the number of ways you're doing it wrong, and there you go, right?
There you go.
Yeah. Craziness. From an upcoming content standpoint, anything we need to be on the lookout?
Man, I'm hoping to do some content while I'm out here in Arkansas, do something a little different, maybe some grilled trout or smoked trout, some stuff like that. But what I've got, this is our little break, so I'll hit it hard when I get back here in, a couple weeks, and it'll take us. It's going to be football season, so it'll be time for tailgate recipes before we know it, and taking it on into fall. So
no doubt,
got a lot of cool stuff coming.
Yeah, we are into the second half of the year, if you can believe it. This is Malcom Reed, and he is joining me on remote, sounding better than ever. So, Malcolm, appreciate you taking some time away from the break here, and we'll let you get back to that, and we'll see you in August.
See you in August, Greg. Hope everybody has a wonderful 4th of July. Y'all stay safe out there.
All right, there he is, Malcom Reed right there. Joining us from Arkansas, I think. I don't want to go too far on a ledge here, but I think that might be the first time we've ever done an interview from Arkansas. Granted, Malcolm, we know Malcolm, but that might be the first time we've had a interview in Arkansas. So I'll have to double check that and get back to you in a week or so, but quickly crisscrossing all the 50 states from a guest standpoint. And Malcolm spending some time with us here as he is on a 2-week break as they set up that new place over on, what's he say, the White River? Was it the White River? Mountain River? I don't know, but it sounded like it was in a remote location, which means there's fishing. There's got to be other stuff too, I would imagine. Hunting, yeah. That should be the content. Malcolm is hunting what will be for dinner tomorrow night. All right, we thank Malcolm for that. Hey, what do we love about ceramic cookers? Well, considering your humble host used his Primo all last weekend, I would say everything. I love everything about it. I love the Primo and its oval shape. I love the extra large size that I have. I love that it has a rotisserie accessory if you would like it. And it's got the rotisserie baskets. You open up the chamber, you can just pack it full of chicken wings or thin strip beef cuts or chicken cubes, vegetables if you want. Maybe you want to spit roast some broccoli or peppers and broccoli. you name it. Bunch of scrimps, fish fillets. You like fish fillets? You can pack that thing full of fish fillets. And then now you have a spit roast. Take out the conductor plates, the deflector plates. Take off the grill grate. Hook up the rotisserie accessory. Flip it on, and away you go. You can even close the lid. Maximize the heat. Oh, thing is so great. And it stays hot for a long time. And contrary to popular belief, once you learn how to operate the draft system, both top and bottom vents in conjunction with each other, being able to reach and then maintain your desired temperature is very easy. And remember, once those ceramics get hot, that thing stays hot for a long time. We did some chicken breasts the other night. Took very little time. Shut it all down. I think I ended up achieving around 425 degrees by the time it was all said and done. Cooking somewhere between that threshold, putting them on at 375, ending up around 425 by my choice. With deflector plates in. Perfect. Super juicy. Easy to use. There's nothing I don't love about it. And if I needed to just quickly fire it back open or fire it back up an hour or two later, I could do that. Like, it's hot enough. It's ready to roll. Anyway, only sold through dealers, primogrill.com. Find a dealer near you. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. And we'll be back right after this. Stick around.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Howard Stern, Jim Rome, Dan Patrick, and Greg Rempe. The Mountain Rushmore of talk show entertainment. Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show.
And we thank Malcom Reed for joining us last segment. How to BBQ right. His website. Also, you can find him at killerhogs.com, Hogs. And on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all at the handle How to BBQ Right. So if you are new to the show right here this evening, you are new to live fire cooking, and this is literally day one, minute one of your live fire life. Malcom Reed is somebody you're going to want to subscribe to and pay attention to as you start to learn your barbecue culinary skills, as you start to hone them and then start taking your journey along the live fire trail. Others you might want to look up. Steven Reichlin. There you go. Two of the biggest stars in live fire. Also, you can find them right here on this show as well. Malcom Monthly, Steven Reichlin Quarterly. 1.85 million YouTube subscribers for Malcom. So continuing to gain about 1.8, let's call it 50,000 subscribers a month. If I'm keeping track of that right, 1,850,000. Yeah. So it appears he might be in line for a 2 million crest here, by end of fall. But who knows? Maybe it slows down the closer you get to that next huge mark, that being 2 million. We'll have to see. In any event, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to him. Help him get closer to 2 million. Why not? Email from Bill Early. Greg, love the show, but only made it through about 2 minutes of Mike Grunwald. Plant-based meat, global warming, hoax. What an idiot. Regards, Bill. Bill! Remember what we talked about, Bill, with Mike as we started to round out that segment as he was taking part in some kind of a debate a number of months ago. So he was put in the position to argue against traditional ranching And then his debate opponent was arguing for the benefits of traditional ranching. And then he was just explaining his side, but basically talking about how at this day and age, as we sit here on a July 1st of 2025, cresting into the tail end of the year, that we have largely, because not everybody, look at me, get out the broad stroke paintbrush, here I go, painting with the ever broad strokes. But not everybody, but by and large, it appears to me that as a society in general, we have found a way to not listen to other people's ideas, not listen to other people's points of view, not be able to accept, hey, I just disagree with you on this, but without taking it as far as Bill did with the what an idiot remark, but just saying, hey, I appreciate what Mike is doing. I appreciate the hard work he's putting in on the topic that he's researching. I don't necessarily agree with that, but appreciate somebody else showing me another side of the coin. God bless. Regards, Bill. It doesn't have to be what an idiot. We don't have to name call. We could practice trying to relearn how to be able to be free thinkers of our own, form our own opinions, and then not rely on other people to validate those opinions. We can just have them ourselves. I have certain political views. I have certain personal views that if I express them on this show, like, why bother? I'm not here for that kind of controversy. I'm not here for that kind of back and forth, because I know what kind of society that we're living in these days. I have no interest in alienating any portion of my audience, because I know that at this stage, and it shows no signs of improvement, that if I alienate or I have a consenting or a dissenting view from what you think, I could lose a fan. I want that. I want all the fans. So I don't talk about everything. I could talk about everything, but I don't talk about everything because there is no win in this show. I don't win if I try and pound into you, here's what I think, you should think like this too, and if you don't, you're an idiot. Who needs it? I would much rather have you not like me because I don't think we should use the term pitmaster, not because I sit on this side of the aisle or that side of the aisle, and now you have a whole list of things that you think now apply to me if I'm a Republican or if I'm a Democrat or if I'm an independent or if I'm the Green Party. Is that a thing still? Green Party? But if I'm A, B, C, or D, we are now programmed to believe if you are this person, this is what you think. If you are this person, there's no sharing. You can't be both. You can't be more conservative on one view and more liberal on a different view. You know, it all has to be the same. So I'm not about to put myself in a spot where I'm alienating an audience. There's just no win for me there because it's not that kind of a show. It's that kind of a show when it relates to live fire cooking. That's when we can go at it. That's when we can decide if we don't like each other anymore. But we're not going to do it on the other stuff because then I know for sure you're not. Maybe if we're arguing about pitmaster or chef or what have you, or if you should wash your chicken or not, I think we're still probably going to be friends. You might not come over to my house if I tell you I don't like if I don't like washing my chicken, or I give you the reasons why you should not wash your chicken. Maybe you don't come over and eat my chicken. That's fine. But we're probably still friends. But the other stuff is not, so I don't want to do that. Like Real Meat Sticks says, Can't make everyone like you, and it's not a cult. Truth. So, thanks for writing in, Bill. I hope that you maybe go back and listen to what Mike was talking about. And understand this, Mike is a journalist. He's not paid by a plant-based meat lobby at all. He's not paid by anti-plant-based lobby. He's a guy that has an interest in climate and goes out and does journalistic work and then brings his findings back. The one thing I can say about Mike, he's not making this stuff up. Like, he's going out and putting in the real legwork, doing the real journalistic work that real journalists do in order to then provide a point of view that they write about. Like, that's the other part of the job. Do the research, and then you write about it. You can disagree. But certainly, he says that what he is talking about at this point is more or less undeniable. The amount of lamb we're accumulating in order to farm, in order to feed. Depending on who you believe, the population is either shrinking or growing, and we need to either have less kids or more kids. Again, that's up to you to figure out. But where the consumption of land lies, that's not like, you can see that happening. That's not a hoax. Am I giving up meat? No. Good for Mike for giving up meat, but not all meat. I'm giving up zero meat. I'm 50 years old. I understand that my practice might incur pain for future generations. And, sorry. But meat is delicious, and I'm going to eat it. It was put on this earth for me to eat, so I will do it. Till I decide maybe I don't want to do that anymore, and guess what? I won't do it. Anyway, thanks for writing in, Bill. Also, email from John in Texas. By the way, update on poll question of the week. Do you like the term pitmaster? 59% of you are saying yes. Ooh, we're getting closer to 50-50. Real Meat Stick is saying, I am a pitmaster because others who do not know me personally or have any affiliation with me have said so. It's an independent, subjective term. Others have referred to me as from decades, is a term others have referred to me as far as from decades. Maybe you mistyped there, Real Meat Stick, but that's all right. I think I know what you're trying to say. Other people have referred to you as that term for decades because of your decades of experience. Yeah, I get it. I mean, by that definition, or by your explanation, I am also pitmaster. Everybody calls me the grill master. Everybody calls me the pitmaster. I just have accumulated skills on a variety of different cookers, and I can cook very good end product. Am I a competitor? No. I'm not even pretending to be a competitor and have no interest in competing. Am I a pitmaster in my backyard? I guess, by Real Meat Sticks terminology, I absolutely am. People who do not know me, who have showed up and have eaten my cooking, I'm a pitmaster. Believe it. I'm the best pitmaster, according to some of them. Email from John in Texas. Greg, have you noticed how much more fit Jess Pryles is in recent months? She's even posting pics in the gym. Just some observations on my end. Love the show. Regards, John. John, no, have not. Remember when we were talking earlier about maybe we don't share everything because we don't want people to judge us? John, this is one of those things. If you're noticing a trend on your end, maybe keep it to yourself. Maybe wait on that a little bit longer and see if it continues to pan out in that regard. Maybe a lot of things. Maybe don't send me that email. Maybe don't. I haven't noticed anything. But you know me. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Me and social media are like ships passing in the night. If you follow me on Instagram, you are probably like, why do I even follow this guy? He posts right around never. Stories, yes, I'll repost stories. I'll share stories from, I'm always supporting the sponsors. But in my feed, because the feed counts the most, I don't even remember the last thing I have in my feed. That's how long it's been. Could be going on 2 months. Which means I'm also not on it that often. So I'm definitely not seeing the same things that you're seeing, John. And your algorithm might be different than mine. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm not seeing the same things that you're seeing. But thanks for writing in. By the way, you will have a Jess Pryles sighting in about 2 weeks' time from now. Third Tuesday brings her third January. Yeah, it will bring her third appearance. So she'll be July, and then August, September. She'll be in October. Will be her last one of 2025. Real Meat Stick is asking, how do you differentiate a grill master from a pit master? Are you asking a question, or are you looking for an answer? Like what my take is? To me, grill master is a guy dealing with more direct heat. Pit master is somebody that's dealing with more indirect heat. Grill master not necessarily dealing with smoke. Pit master, I think there has to be some kind of smoke element in what you're cooking if you're going to be pit master, assuming we're in that barbecue mindset. And then I'm not going to delineate between, if you're using gas or if you're using a pellet cooker, you're not a pit master or a grill master. And you're cooking at temperature, and now you have to cook the food that you're given or the food that you've chosen to cook. And how good is it going to be? That's really going to be more of where the line judges for me. Like, how good is the end product as we sit down to eat it? All right, thanks for those emails, everybody. If you want to write in, go ahead, Greg at thebbqcentralshow.com. If you missed the Mike Grunwald segment and you like hearing about ranching and how we're eating the earth, the planet, eating the earth, problems with the food chain and possible solutions. Bill was not a fan, but if you missed it, I would recommend that you go listen to it on your own. See if you are a fan. Go to the website, thebbqcentralshow.com, go to past episodes, and then just scroll down to, I think it says, We Are Eating the Earth. That's the Mike Grunwald episode. You'll see it in the show notes. Just click on it. All right, we'll wrap the first hour right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Continuing to produce incredibly mediocre content in an exceptionally professional way. You're listening and watching the Barbecue Central Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, welcome back. Just trying to gauge my time here. Yeah, all right, we'll just end it here. All right, we are getting ready to head towards the second hour, where you will find a interview with Sam the Cooking Guy. This monthly segment is 14 past the second hour. If you're catching this in podcast, this is where hour one will end. And then you will get hour number 2 on Thursday. But we'll talk about that here in just a moment as we lead into that Sam the Cooking Guy segment. You are listening and watching the Barbecue Central Show right here on the Barbecue Central Network. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Helen Paradise from SoCal, and you are listening to the Barbecue Central Show.
Happy to have you aboard here for the really big barbecue show.
We cook because we have to, and we grill because we want to. Hit me!
Fine, how's it going?
You have a great show. I'm a big fan. So what seems to be the problem here? This man looks like he's dead, and he's in the crackle. Charbono! It's all about the charbono, dude.
Succulent fish. What?
He ate 54 wieners.
Oh, listen, Lavernius, shut your face.
I'm shaking like a dog shit peach seeds.
We have top men working on it right now. Top men.
And just like that, we are into the second hour. It's the Barbecue Central Show, where we talk about only the most important barbecue and grilling items of the day, week, month, quarter. We've had topics go on for months on end. Still to come on this show tonight, Sam the Cooking Guy. In about 12 minutes from now, the Barbecue Central Show originates from
Palm City, USA, Cleveland.
We say good evening to those of you tonight watching through one of our video streaming platforms. You can go to Facebook and watch the show, facebook.com/BBQ Central Show. Or you can also watch on YouTube, which is youtube.com/@BBQ Central Show, where we have a YouTube poll question of the week that we're asking everybody. And the question is this: do you like the term pitmaster? And currently 63% of you are saying yes. And we got about a third more votes to go here as the typical amount starts to trickle in. Look at this. Lance Owens from Kona, Hawaii is joining us. Greetings, Lance, because it's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Hawaii, believe it or not. For those who didn't know, Hawaii 6 hours behind, California 3 hours behind, and then you get to go an additional 3 hours behind if you want to be on island time. And it looks like the business day just coming to a close for Lance, as he is the realtor to the barbecue stars out there in Kona, Hawaii, or as we would call it, paradise. Lance, we're trying to figure out if we want to go back to the Bahamas again next summer or if we want to go to Hawaii. You tell me, you're a world traveler. Do I want to go Hawaii or do I want to go back to the Bahamas, which I love? Piss on the floor and all. I love the Bahamas. It's like my joint now. Anyway, if you're missing this show in the first hour, don't worry. We have recorded it for a podcast. And you can get it tomorrow early in the morning. You can get hour number 2 on Thursdays. And why not talk about Friday now? Coming up on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less. This coming Friday, episode 389, taking you back to an August 18th of a 2015 featuring the newest #1 Texas Monthly Barbecue Joints recipient and accomplished competition barbecue pitmaster and all-around nice guy, Ernest Cervantes. If you hadn't heard Ernest before, this one does give you a fairly brief look into his past and how he came up. I believe this particular interview was the second time Ernest was on the show, maybe second and last even. 10 years since Ernest has been on the show. A lot has changed in 10 years for an Ernest Cervantes in 10 years, and a lot of them good, by the way, from an outsider looking in. So if you haven't heard Ernest before, this does give you the quick look. on background. Also, how he was able to knock down a bunch of TV appearances back when barbecue was a big thing on television. If there was a barbecue show on TV, Ernest was undoubtedly on one or all of those shows. So I asked what the secret was. He said movie star, good looks, and then we debated. You can also hear me act like a complete tool in the beginning of this interview as well. I'm not going to say what I did, but listening back to it a couple weeks ago as I was posting it in the queue, let's just say it was a different host in 2015 than you would hear in 2025, to say the least. I almost messaged John and said, "Hey John, how about wiping out the first 2 to 3 minutes of this show because I sound like a complete dope." Maybe nobody will notice it, and maybe I've called attention to myself at this point. Not great. But I was, let's say, a little embarrassed at a 2015 host talking to an Ernest Cervantes and questions I was asking, blah, blah, blah. Don't forget you can subscribe to this show by visiting the website, thebbqcentralshow.com/subscribe. Also, don't forget that if you want to hear a guest again or a segment again that has been lost in the archives, you can email John and let him know what you would like to hear. And that email address is John, Jon, Jon, at thebbqcentralshow.com. Let him know what you would like to hear, and John will do his best to meet your expectation. Email from officially unofficial Colorado embedded correspondent Dennis Busso. Hey, Greg, maybe you forgot, but you didn't give us the rundown of your culinary adventures in the Bahamas and find out what the best meal was on your vacation from last month. Dennis, thank you for writing it. Thank you for caring. Water break. I'm going to be honest, Dennis. Last year, it was all new. Everything was magical. Everything was better than the next, because the next experience that we had was the new experience that we were having on Paradise Island on the Atlantis property. So the next restaurant that we ate at, that was better than that one. Like, the only one that was a kick in the dick was the steak restaurant one. And guess what? That's my fault. I should know better than that. I'm just reading an instant chat. I don't usually do that. I'm taking. I don't understand it. Real meat stick. Can you bring back Susie from Hey Girl? Hey, she's quarterly guest. She'll be on in August. Meat stick. Frank Cox from Smoke Builder. That would be a first time guest, I would imagine. Anyway, I digress. So that was our fault, Dennis, last year going to the steak restaurant. I should know better than that. And it was average. Like, it was fine. It was fine. Like, nobody wants to hear that, right? Like, you want to piss Sam, the cooking guy, off when you're talking to him about one of the recipes. Well, what did you think of it? And you go, it was fine. Oh, my God. You might as well just tell him the house is on fire. He hates it. So this time around, we are, let's say veteran travelers to the Bahamas. So we knew places that we wanted to go back to, ones that we thought were dynamite last year. They were fine this year. Also, we found ourselves saying, how about we don't go out to this restaurant instead, because the resort we stayed in was so nice. We were ordering in. I think we ordered in the room 2 or 3 different times, and food was great. All things considered, not a bad choice. But again, it was just our speed this time around and knowing what we had set up for the next day, and it was a much different culinary adventure. I didn't eat conch this time around. I ate it the last time. just it wasn't a food vacation necessarily. It seemed like it was more of a food vacation last year. This time around, it was more, how quickly can we get down to the Cove pool in the morning and get our seats, make sure that we get the servers that we like and they treat us well, get great lunch at the Cove pool, tippy-toe around the piss on the floor, and then just have a great day. And then whatever happens in the evening, we'll have reservations, but if we don't really end up wanting to go, we'll blow them off. We'll go do something else. We'll order into the room because the room had great food too. So, Dennis, appreciate you writing in. And that was my food adventure in the Bahamas. Not very adventurous. Sam, the cooking guy's in the green room. Before we get to him, let's talk about Big Papa Smokers. Oh, did you miss Big Papa Smokers? It ended yesterday. Oh, dick. Here's what I suggest. Right this very moment. Right now. Email or go to bigpapasmokers.com. Put it in order, a big one. And then use promo code BBQCentral25 and see if you can still get the free ground shipping. Technically, it ended yesterday. Didn't you see my social media posts? Now, why are they offering free shipping? Because we are celebrating Big Papa's 15 years in business, helping both backyard warriors and competition pros bring home grand championships on the competition trail and in the backyards. Whether you're prepping for your next big barbecue comp or just firing up the grill for spring or summer or fall, whatever, Big Papa's award-winning rubs like Sweet Money, competition brisket and steak, cash cow, cattle prod, have all the big flavors that you're looking for, and they take your barbecue to the next level. And again, you have to try it out now. Use promo code BBQCentral25 at checkout for free ground shipping. Some exclusions apply, like maybe all exclusions at this point because it is now July 1st. But you could try it. All right, we're going to go to Sam the cooking guy now. I'm telling you, I don't know what a hoot is. There's a really good chance that as we start out here, it's going to be a hoot. So stick around.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Howard Stern, Jim Rome, Dan Patrick, and Greg Rempe. The Mountain Rushmore of talk show entertainment. Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show.
All right, welcome back. This portion of the show being brought to you by McAuliffe Cigars. Step into the world of McAuliffe Cigars, where each blend is a chapter in a grand tale of craftsmanship and passion. For instance, the Color Series, now featuring McAuliffe Black, a cigar of the year. McAuliffe Blue, McAuliffe Red, and the new and have yet to try McAuliffe Purple, but hoping to get my hands on some of those. McAuliffecigars.com to find a locator or a retailer near you, MICALLEF, McAuliffecigars.com, proud sponsor of the show. And now we... Ray, why is that there? I hope I didn't screw anything up. Now we race to the hotline and welcome a man to this show who currently has, as of 2 days ago, 3.81 million YouTube subscribers on his channel, Sam the Cooking Guy.
I was supposed to have 4 million by now. And I was supposed to have, was it $1,000 from somebody? One of the embedded 2,000.
We're gonna get into.
You know how much? I've seen of that?
We'll get into.
Okay.
I have plenty of things to get to before we talk about that.
By the way,
wait.
I'll bet a little.
Wait. Before we get going,
Christ,
might I be able to do something special for you in honor of today's special day?
I would love that.
Would you?
I don't know what you're going to do, but I'd like. Yes,
don't.
please do. Who wouldn't want something special?
This is very special. I don't want to oversell it, but it's going to be pretty special. You ready?
Already oversold. Yeah.
All right. Stand by. And just remain silent. Ready? Here we go.
Oh, I know what you're going to do.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Holy shit.
How about that?
Holy shit. Honestly, you got a great voice, as evidenced by the fact that you won that dopey singing contest
Yes,
you used
the
to do.
dopey one.
Not sad that ended. That being said, great voice. You sang that like someone that has sang that song 1,000 times before.
Of course.
I'm not sure you could just take anybody with a regular good singing voice and give them "Oh Canada" and have them. You practiced that, buddy.
I mean, so there's many times when a Canadian team comes, because Ohio and Canada are fairly close with the lake separating us. And when Canadian teams come, especially in the travel sports, if there was a Canadian team at a travel sport, they played the Canadian national anthem before any volleyball match started, along with our American national anthem. So I've heard it, growing up and everything.
Let me tell you something. Honestly, not joking. It means a lot that you did that. You did it really well. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Happy Canada Day to you too, my friend.
So we thought it would be a good idea, since it is Canada Day, that we would start going through dishes that might be specific to Canada, right? So, here I am trying to quickly think of specific Canadian dishes, and the first thing that pops into my head is poutine. And then I'm at a loss.
It trails off from there.
Yes. And by the way, poutine is a walk-off shot for me. You come up with poutine, you might as well have created gold, in my estimation. One of the best dishes ever.
No question. I'm thinking you ask 100 Americans to name a Canadian dish. I'm thinking 30% max, maybe 40 come up with poutine. And I don't know that anybody goes any further than that. It's not like we're known really for amazing culinary creations, but there are some things that are distinctively Canadian. I sent you the list of things, and it's funny. Number one on the list was
poutine. Oh my God.
For a reason, not just because. And for those that don't know, poutine is not just fries and gravy, though those are two of the most important components. But the most important component are cheese curds that are hard to get anywhere other than like proper Wisconsin, or Quebec, places like that.
Look at that.
Think about it as mozzarella that squeaks when you bite it in little shards. It goes on top of the hot fries, and the good beef gravy goes over the top of it. And there's all kinds of poutine. I was when Vancouver, Canada was a home of the Winter Olympics, I don't know, 15, 16, 17 years ago. I was on the Today Show in Vancouver with Al Roker doing 3 different types of poutine. I think I did classic, I did a breakfast, then I did, I think, a steak one. I don't really remember. But and I said, this is Canada's culinary contribution to the world. And a lot of people know it, but pushed to the wall to come up with it, I don't know that they'd get that. So let's go number 2, see if anybody could get this in the audience.
Can I take a stab at it?
Yeah.
Is this Canadian bacon?
It's kind of close.
Yeah.
It's actually called pea meal bacon.
Pea meal bacon. That's right.
So it's a pork loin. It's a pork loin rolled in cornmeal. You slice it thin like that and you cook it. It's great in a sandwich, great with the breakfast. It's called pea meal because back in the day, they used to use crushed peas around the outside of it. Huh. I think it was a British thing that came over and then that stopped. By the way, I gave Greg these and I only numbered them. I didn't give names to them. I didn't want to tip my hand in advance.
Very good.
So, okay. So number 3's got to be, I think, pretty easy.
These look like barbecue potato chips?
Well, definitely potato chips, but they're way more Canadian. They're ketchup chips. And I think they have them down here. They're really fucking popular up there.
Are they good?
And I'm saying if you go, they're delicious.
Oh.
They're absolutely delicious.
Is it like a dried ketchup?
Yeah, it's like a ketchup powder kind of thing that they do for it. Yeah. I would sub those in almost any sandwich I was putting potato chips in. If I had a choice between plain and ketchup chips, those are going in. Salt and vinegar are also big up there, as are dill pickle. Dill pickle chips are pretty big too.
Oh, I would love a dill pickle chip. And let me get to number 4 here.
Number 4.
Yeah, here we go.
Think of this. So you could take a stab at that. You'd be pretty close.
Looks like a pastrami.
It does. Technically, that's Montreal smoked meat.
All right.
So think of it as like pastrami's cousin. There's a place in Montreal called Schwartz's. It's a deli that's been around forever. Pastrami smoked. It's kind of like a peppery pastrami, kind of the same setup. Dry cured. It's peppery. It's smoked. It's it's steamed. It's great. My uncle used to live. We lived in Vancouver. My uncle used to live in Montreal, and every visit to Vancouver, he would bring 4 or 5 pounds of that off the plane with him. He always took some flight that got him to our house about 8:00 at night, and everybody would stand around in the kitchen eating Montreal smoked meat.
Here's what I'm noticing in the background: Plochman's yellow mustard. I love a Plochman's yellow mustard. It's one of my favorites.
I don't know it.
You don't?
I don't know it. No.
Oh, this isn't like a shot you took?
No. I just grabbed all these off the internet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know. I've had Plochman's yellow mustard like growing up on another. There was French's and Plochman's, and
I've never seen Plochman's before. I looked at that
delicious.
and I go, you got to get that. It's obviously a big deal in Canada. I don't know where you get it here. We don't have it here.
I think it's regional.
San Diego.
Yeah, I think it's regional. Or you'd have to go to Amazon and get it, whatever.
Okay, this guy you're never getting.
All right, let's go over here. So this looks like a meat pie of some sort.
Yeah, very good. But the name, that's the important part. It's called a tortilla.
Oh, yeah, definitely would have never got that.
It's a big deal in French Canada, Quebec. But so it could be beef, it could be pork, it could be a combination. There's spices in there. It's a very double flaky pie crust. It's very winter, but it's delicious and hearty. I like shit like that any time of the year. Any time of the year.
Is there any mashed potato in there?
There is.
I feel like this could be potentially a topped shepherd's pie.
I guess you could, sure, but then it wouldn't strictly be, tortilla. Yeah. Then it would be some fancy version of tortilla.
Fancy because of the mashed potatoes. Yeah. Right?
Right.
Next. So these look delicious, but I don't know if I could place these. Is there cinnamon sugar on these?
There is.
Like a cinnamon sugar naan?
You've had Indian fry bread? Where's this
naan?
This light coming from?
Light.
Oh, there's light coming in on me from someplace. Sorry, I'll sit over here.
It is like
you haven't had Indian. Yeah, no, on my chin. Indian fry bread. You haven't had?
Isn't that called naan?
No. No.
Indian
That's deep fried dough.
Oh.
Indian fry bread, you get it like the fair. So it's deep fried dough, and then they do cinnamon sugar to it. But in Canada, that's called a beaver tail.
Ah, yes.
Because it's got the shape of a beaver tail.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had, where I was from, we go to Geauga Lake, and if you saved your thin gilders for a week or two, you could buy fried dough. That's all they called it, fried dough. No beaver tail. And then they put powdered sugar on. I hate powdered sugar. It's messy and gross.
Yeah, it is. You do it for looks, I think.
Yeah, it's total looks. But then
pretty much anything you're putting powdered sugar on is already sweet.
And what happens when you take that first bite? You open your mouth. Just by accident, you draw an inhale, like a half an inhale breath, and that powdered sugar goes right down your fucking throat, and I hate it.
Remember the first time you did Coke? It was kind of... Oh, wait, did I say that out loud? Sorry. I don't know where this light's coming from, man. Oh, shit. Hold on.
Yeah?
Wait, I found the source of light. Source of light.
Somebody breaking in?
Hold on. Nope. Watch this. Watch. Keep watching my face.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay,
auto shade?
good. Auto shade.
Wow. I got to get up from my couch and close my shades.
Sorry. Okay, wait, 3 more. Do them fast.
Are you in a rush?
No, but I don't want people to be bored.
Okay, look, you sent me number 7, which looks like it might have been a video file, but I have no way of playing that. Came over as a AVIF file.
Oh, piece of shit.
Yeah. Let me try again.
Send you that one right now?
Hold on. Let me try again.
Shit. Do you want me to try and do this?
I have it in VLC player too, and that plays everything. So
I don't know. God, I hope it's not something bad you're just not supposed to have gotten.
I know.
Can you imagine that?
How about I pull up number 8?
Go to number 8. Yeah, let me just see if I can find this one. Hold on. No, number 7 works just fine for me. Let me just send this to you right now. Hold on.
It's probably some.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do. Hold on. Give me half a second. Let me just send this to you.
Yeah.
Greg. GR. Rumpy. Looks fine to me. Okay. Here you go. Go to number 8 then for now.
Look at this.
One of the greatest inventions ever. It's called a Nanaimo bar. It's graham crackers with coconut on the base, and there's custard in the middle and a chocolate top. Wow. Incredible. You make it, you refrigerate it. It's one of the greatest things. I don't like sweet stuff, and a little couple of squares of that, it makes me very happy.
All right, I gotta see if you texted it to me. So now I gotta.
Shouldn't I have done that?
Well, I mean,
isn't it all the same?
Goes to my phone.
You don't have text on your computer? Oh, you have a PC.
Yes.
They haven't figured that out yet?
No. Well, they do, but for some reason it's not connecting. Hold on. Okay. Hold on.
Did you get it? Oh, I could have done that. Back up a little bit. Stay right there. Look at that. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a butter tart.
Oh,
that's one of the greatest. It's one of the great. It's little pastry shells. There's a gooey brown sugar, butter inside. Sometimes raisins. I don't like raisins in it. Nuts and pecan on top, or pecans on top. Really great.
Oof, all right.
Really great. And last but not least,
yes.
You'll think you recognize this.
So I was looking at it. I mean, I want to say it's a Bloody Mary, but it's not because there's limes involved. And is it?
Oh, you can have limes in a bloody. I think that's a personal
preference. You might be looking at the least fan of Bloody Mary ever.
Oh, okay.
Big shocker, I know, but I don't know what this is. This a michelada?
No, it's called a Caesar. Full name being a Bloody Caesar as opposed to Bloody Mary. So essentially the same components, but instead of tomato juice, they put in clamato juice.
Oh.
And it makes it 1,000 times better. And that little bowl that that has a lime in it, if I'm not mistaken, that is celery salt.
Oh, I like celery
rim
salt.
It with. You walk into any restaurant in Canada and you ask for a Caesar, you're getting one of those before you get the salad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They're very popular.
Wow.
And I'm not the world's biggest Bloody Mary fan. I do find them a little heavy, But I don't care what time I'm on a plane in the morning. It takes off the second that you're allowed to get alcohol. I'm getting a Bloody Mary. There's something about an airplane in the morning that screams Bloody Mary to me.
Yeah?
Screams it. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, I've tried many times. My dad is self-proclaimed best Bloody Mary maker ever. He does a little dash of horseradish in his, amongst some other things.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, you know, I don't know. Like,
it doesn't work for it. Hey, listen, it's personal preference. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Yeah.
Now let's get to the business at hand.
Right.
Tennessee embedded correspondent Matt Osman made it very clear last week. Made it very clear last week that he immediately reached out to you to try and pay the $2,000 he lost in the bet.
Oh, did he now?
Yes.
How did he do that? Smoke signals?
Through it looked like it was through Instagram.
What? I'll go there right now. Who looks at that?
I don't know. Matt, I'm sure Matt's listening. Matt, was it Instagram that you were reaching out to? But he made it very clear that he tried to pay off. Is it in your requests?
It wasn't
maybe.
Instagram.
Blinky's Offset BBQ is the handle. And he said he reached out a number of times. You haven't replied back. And
here's all my requests. Oh, there could be some. Oh gosh. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Guess what I've just learned? Guess what I've just learned?
You can get requests.
There's what are they requesting?
Your friendship.
Oh,
they want you to see their comment. This is your requested long distance dedication. Dear Sam.
Blinkies?
This is bad.
3 days ago. Oh my God.
I tried to get in touch with you and pay $2,000. And now here's Forder with Total.
Look at this. Wait, here's something from Momofuku Goods. I like Momofuku.
Oh, you didn't know about this?
Seriously respect your page or redefine and make what they want details. If you're interested, please on the forum and get some good. I love them.
Did they mention me?
Why did I never? No.
Anything you find in there that generates money, I should get half of right now.
What? Wait, what am I? Why? Oh, because of this? Oh, because
you
turned me
didn't
on
know
to this.
anything about it.
Look at this.
Oh, no.
Oh, my. How far back?
Did Jennifer Lopez reach out?
She might have.
Does she know me?
Well, it doesn't seem to be. Oh, my God.
All right, let's do this.
Look at,
Hold on. You start scrolling through your requests. I'm going to do a piece of business. This is the last part here tonight. And then we'll come back and we'll see if you found Blinky's Offset Barbecue Pit. So stand by.
Oh, this is bad. This is very bad.
This is what happens when you have a 50-year-old teaching a 60-year-old social media. Oh, my God. Is this what they call the blind leading the blind? All right. Are you tired of diets that make you choose between good food and real results? You don't have to anymore. David McDowell has cracked the code. His personalized fat loss coaching for barbecue lovers lets you eat food you love, ribs, brisket, wings, still lose weight, get lean, and feel amazing. Now, this isn't some fad. It's a proven system that includes barbecue-friendly meal plans, tailored health strategies, and a weekly check-in. So you're never guessing, never alone, never forced to give up what you love. And if you want to be part of something bigger, to surround yourself with like-minded barbecue lovers who are dropping weight, getting stronger, and staying motivated, then online, the Barbecue Diet Group is where you need to be. Now, here's the deal. You can keep struggling on your own, or you can plug into a system that works. Join now, get exclusive access to expert coaching, real-world strategies, and a support crew that won't let you fail. Go to school.com/BBQ, school spelled SKOOL. That's SKOOL.com/BBQ right now and take the first step, because you can have barbecue in your dream body too. But you have to take action. You man enough to do it? Oh, looky here. At work. It's Bobby. Hey now. See you in a couple days. Get ready for the big 2-year celebration at the wineries in Madison. You and the Q. We'll see you. All right, we're back with more Sam the Cooking Guy, who will now regale us with who has been left in his requests folder. It sounds numerous, by the way. We're back right after this.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show. Whole packers, full racks, legs and thighs, injecting butts. If you've never heard this before, you might think you found the best XXX show ever. Let's get back to the most homoerotic host out there today, Greg Rempe.
And we welcome you back. This portion of the show being brought to you by Pit Barrel Cooker, the most unbelievable outdoor cooking device on the planet, available in 3 sizes, a host of accessories. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or a professional. It's a cooker you want to add to the arsenal. Visit pitbarrelcooker.com and tell them the Barbecue Central Show sent you. And looky here. Willis is watching the show saying, hi, Meat Man. Hey, Willie. Also saying Sam's last name not being the cooking guy is throwing me off. Marley, Sam's last name is not the cooking guy. It's Zion. Crying out loud.
Can I show you what I found?
Please. Hold on. Here we go.
Gotta do this. Wait, hold on. Ready?
Yes,
Wait, hold on. Shit. Here we go. Wait. Sorry. Which way am I going?
Holy
here? Yeah,
moly. These are all requests?
I just looked up in the break.
Oh, my
How
Lord.
long do they stay in there? Because it stops at 4 weeks. And it says anything not you don't address after by 4 weeks deletes.
Oh, this has definitely been over 4 weeks.
This is bad. This is bad. I feel bad. Put yourself back on the screen. I can't see anymore.
Oh, sorry. So maybe now, because Matt tried to reach out and screenshotted it and sent it to me last week, because I might have said he was a deadbeat just to be a antagonist. Maybe now you should be paying him $2,000 plus interest.
But wait, I think once you click on something, it goes away then, does it?
If you click on your request, then you can now put it in your
17.
primary inbox or something.
No, I got it here. So now I have to accept this request.
Yeah.
And then what?
Now it goes into your regular mailbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So who else is in there? Who
That's
else?
why
Anybody famous?
There's 4 weeks of like hundreds of them, it looks like. But I don't see his. And what's his again?
It's Blinky's Offset BBQ, but I think there's a underscore Blinky's.
There's nothing that looks like Blinky's in here.
Matt, resend a request to Sam for crying out loud. It's probably just
I'll get it in
I'll
get it in a month.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know.
You're gonna have fun digging through that.
Jeez Louise.
Momofuku. What's a Momofuku that you were so excited about?
No, do you know the restaurant? Momofuku. Started in New York. It's great. One of the greatest meals I had was in New York. Guy's brilliant. David Chang. It's all good.
All right, so no payout, but it appears Matt might have been telling the truth last week when he said he tried to reach out, except you didn't realize.
Well, I don't see
that,
it.
You
Unless by last week he meant 5 weeks ago.
It could have been longer than that. Like this was like you were supposed to have 4 million in May. So that was all of June, and
yes, it is my fault.
And
maybe
part of
I
May.
suppressed subscribers to make $2,000. You ever think about that?
I hope you
now
did.
I can just turn on the tap and get 4 million in no time.
Yeah, if you're at 4 million by the end of the week, we'll know shenanigans are afoot.
Yes, they are afoot. I have a question about your Bahama trip.
Yeah,
you're gonna go back next year?
Well, that we were just I was just discussing if we should go back or if we should go to Hawaii, and I think part of me loves I feel like Bahamas is my deal now. I'm not locked into it. Nobody's locked into anything. We just we know
Bahamas,
we know we
Hawaii,
like it.
it's all drinks with little umbrellas and sun and.
Oh wait,
ocean.
are you
What's something
saying that my
different?
travel is not good enough now?
I'm saying no. I'm saying it's the same.
So if I went
How about
to
something
Hawaii, like what?
What do you mean, like what?
Like what?
Like go where?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Get out of the country for real. Go. I know what your face means when you do that. Why don't you go to Canada? We go see some
I've been to
little
Canada.
umbrellas and sand and beach and pools and people missing the urinals. I mean,
yeah, but
come on.
It was the
go
good
to
time.
a foreign country. Go to Iceland.
Oh, never.
It's great. You love it. Oh, amazing. The waterfall. It's a gorgeous country.
Is it expensive?
No.
No?
I think you got to get there.
Yeah. How long is the flight?
You don't have to. I can't remember. Not that bad.
You're not
we
overselling.
flew from here to Boston.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever that is. And then it was probably 8 hours or something from there.
Oh
Something
my
like
God. That's a 10, 11-hour flight. It's got to be longer than that. I think flying from San Diego to Boston's got to be 5 hours.
Kelly and I went to Seoul 2 months ago. Was it 2 months ago?
Yeah.
It was 13.
I don't even want to be in a plane that long. I don't want to be when I had a direct flight back from Las Vegas at the Waste Expo, I was like, this plane ride sucks. And that was a direct flight and tailwind. So, I mean, we couldn't be going any faster than we were going. It was like 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I could do that standing in the aisle.
Of course. But, I mean, I don't want to be in a plane that long.
Well,
good news.
How do you
I also don't want to travel
anywhere.
anywhere. I don't want to travel anywhere that's longer than 3.5, 4
How do you think
hours.
you're? Hey, tough guy. How do you think you're getting to Hawaii?
I know.
That's more than 3 hours.
Yes, I know. It's probably
buddy.
3 hours from LAX, right?
No, it's more than that.
It is?
I think it's 5. I think it's 5.
Oh, my God. Well, guess who's not going to Hawaii? That's off the table. That's a 10-hour flight. Fuck it.
Your poor wife. No, here's what you do: fly to San Diego. Come say hi. Spend the night. Not at my house.
No.
But, go get a hotel. We don't like people staying with us. But then we'll
all
have
right.
dinner.
Point taken.
I'll let you cook for me.
Oh, how nice!
And then we'll have lots of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get on the plane the next day, and 5 hours later you're in Hawaii. And let me tell you something: you get off the plane, it smells incredible. The Bahamas don't smell like that. Hawaii. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
What does it smell like?
Those gorgeous flowers and stuff.
Oh.
Spectacular. Yeah. Really,
Yeah.
It's really nice. So, Come on. Bust out. Is your wife like you?
I mean, she says she wants to travel. I told her, book wherever you want to go. You make it happen, and then we'll go from there.
As long as it's within 3 hours, and I don't really have to leave much of the country.
I think I've asked you this before, but it is Canada Day today, and you celebrated Canada Day the best way possible. You became an American citizen not too long ago, so now you're an American. And you've
by the way,
quit being
probably
Canadian.
in light of everything that's going on. Probably a good idea that I became an American.
Sure, of course. You would have been sent back post haste. Are you
I
a
could have been
dual?
if I'd
Are you
done
dual
something wrong.
citizen, or did you give back your citizenship?
No, they didn't ask for that. They asked for my green card back. That at my swearing in, I pledge allegiance. The day that you become an American citizen, I had to give in my green card. They don't care about my passport.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Well, why
But I
would you
only
need a
carry
green
one
card then,
passport.
right?
You're right, but I thought they were going to take both. I thought they were going to want both, but no. I didn't know. I couldn't remember going into it if how the States was. And the States is fine. They don't care.
Oh,
So
I
I'm
had another question I was going to ask you. Oh, why do you hate banana pudding?
God, I don't know. I like bananas every so often.
Yeah,
I like banana bread. Something about banana pudding.
Not bananas. Bananas.
I used to go to school. The high school that I went to was a boarding school, boys and girls. And one of the girls, BJ Rooks, had this weird habit. Now, don't be dirty. It was just her name, Elizabeth Jean, and whatever, something like that.
Yeah, and
So
she just happened to earn the nickname.
She had this. No, it wasn't a nickname. She happened to have this uncanny ability of naming people after food that they reminded her of.
Yes.
And one girl reminded Elizabeth of the skin on top of banana pudding. It was the craziest thing. We were all sitting around one day, probably getting high. And we said, who does, what do people remind you of? And somebody, it could have been like a chicken, whatever. And she goes, and so, the skin on the top of a banana pudding when it sets. And we all went, shit, she's right. Elizabeth Rooks.
Wow.
I wonder where she is.
Good old BJ.
Long time ago, man.
Skin on banana pudding.
Yep.
I fear that
Skin
banana
on the
pudding
top of
has been setting for way too long. I've never had skin on banana pudding.
I had no idea until I started listening to this show that was a thing in barbecue places.
Banana pudding?
Yeah.
Kidding.
No idea.
Oh, yeah. That's like
Well, let's not
a
forget.
staple dessert / side.
Let's not forget. I came from a country when I left. I don't know that I could have driven you to a barbecue place in Vancouver.
Of
I
course.
don't think I knew of any then. And even here we have 3 or 4, but it's not like I frequent them. We just don't go to restaurants very often.
Well, you probably
We
go
eat
to
at
Cali Comfort quite a bit, but every place else probably not.
I'll go down there. I talk to Shine every so often. I just don't go for barbecue. I just don't go out very much.
Yeah.
We don't go out.
Why
Unless
would you?
it's an event
You're Sam
or
the
something.
cooking guy. You
Go
can't
in.
go out.
We're going
You're not
out-
Sam the
going
go
out
out to
for
eat guy.
Going out for dinner with my manager and his wife and Kelly Saturday night.
You going to Javier's?
Not going to Javier's.
Oh,
Went to
supposed to
Javier's
be-
once.
It's supposed to be awesome.
It's okay. It's a bit of a scene. I went once. Food is pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know. I don't like a scene at all.
What is the scene?
I'm not a scene guy. People trying to be cool. Fancy cars, dressed up, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Popping bottles, that kind of shit. I don't want that.
That happens there?
I'm not a staid, boring old man. I like to have fun. I like a great restaurant when I go out. But I want a place that's, I don't like a scene.
You sound like me in traveling when it comes to restaurants.
Maybe.
I want a scene.
Maybe. I like a good restaurant. I don't care if it doesn't need to be anything. It's not about that. It's about the food.
Yeah, but it could be both.
A hole in the wall that's got great. I suppose. Sure.
Was it
That was
Momofuku a scene and good food?
I don't know. It could have been, but there's something I don't know. There's some about Javier's the one time that I went that I was like, oh, okay, I don't know. This trendy Mexican food. Or
Maybe
something.
they had.
Where do you even know? Why do you even know about it?
I know. I cover food. I know everything.
Food in San Diego?
Sure, I know where the hot spots are everywhere.
What else do you know? Cali barbecue. We know you know that.
Oh, like restaurants in San Diego. I just know.
Yeah.
I just know Javier's. Oh, and I know.
But why do you know a random restaurant?
George's. It's probably not even there.
There's George's.
I was there.
It
was
is
like
there.
it was right on the. It's right on the ocean. I've been there. I ate there.
It's still good. Still there. I haven't been there for a long time, but he gets great reviews.
My cousin worked there, 100 years ago. I was in San Diego in 19. Holy fuck!
You didn't call me?
Oh, I didn't know
call
anybody
me.
back. So this would have been 1998, 1999.
I'd already been here 10 years.
Maybe
I'd been here 10 years.
Yeah, but I wasn't even. I didn't even know anything about barbecue at that point. and I was flown out there for a work training, and we went to the gas lamp district. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah. One night, and then my cousin got me the next night and
time.
took me to George's, and it was like up in La Jolla.
It's in La Jolla.
Yeah. And then he took me by all the fancy houses. Oh, yeah. And then he took us to the beach that had all the sea lions on.
They're still there.
Yeah.
It's
great.
Stupid tourists annoying them.
Yeah, but George's was great. Wonderful.
George's
had
great.
a great time.
Solid place.
That's what I remember about
Solid
San Diego was George's and seeing my cousin, who I hadn't seen, for 15 years or 20 years before that. So,
does your cousin watch Sam the Cooking Guy?
I don't know. I don't really talk to him anymore. But he's quite the accomplished thrower on the pottery wheel. He taught at San Diego State University.
Pottery?
So, yes, pottery.
Love it.
Eric Rempe. You can search him on the Google.
Oh, look, I'll
comes
Google
right up as past faculty. All right, what am I making for dinner tomorrow night?
Carne asada.
Yes, I love it. Outside skirt
Here's what
steak.
I want you to do. Oh, my favorite. We made it today. We did today. We made carne asada. Max's idea. You guys, if I suggest something, will you do it? I go, okay, sure.
Is this for a shoot or just hanging?
For a shoot.
Yeah.
Because I want you to make carne asada. I want you to put passion fruit in it. Fuck it. I'm down. Let's go. Bring it, baby.
Where do you get
It's already
that?
got lime in it. From a store. They probably don't have them in your part of the country.
Yeah.
You need like I don't know, like a Whole Foods or something.
Yeah, I got a Whole Foods down the street.
We got it from Lazy Acres. Inside skirt. It was beautiful. My carne asada has a little soy in it. Cumin, garlic, cilantro. So here's what I say you do. Get yourself a couple pounds of inside skirt. Marinate that.
Yeah.
3-4 hours is probably fine. Do it in the morning. You could plan this for July 4th. Do it in the morning. Have it that night, as a taco if you want. So the next day you've got extra. You can have it in a bowl. We did it on top of Mexican rice today. I made quick little Mexican rice.
Yeah.
With some eggs in a burrito. It's the greatest. It's just so many things you can do with it. So cook once, eat a couple of times. That's the thing. Carne asada is a great recipe on the website. Has soy in it. And I know I've had people go, oof, that's weird. I can't do that. But it doesn't taste like Chinese food. Just tastes better.
Yeah.
It's just adding it the umami. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
All right. Then carne asada it is. Any big plans for 4th of July?
No.
Burgers,
Friday.
dogs?
No. I don't know. Unless the kids are involved and one's no, they're all busy. It's me and Kelly. Maybe dogs. Kelly loves dogs. And
boiled?
Burgers, but she's not going to have both. What? The burgers? No, I wouldn't boil a burger.
No. Will she eat a boiled hot dog?
Yes. I do boil them first, and then I finish them off in either a cast iron or on the grill. You got to finish them off. You got to get them crispy on the outside.
Why not just cook them all the way on the grill then, or on the cast iron? Forget the boil.
Because they plump up. You take your knife, you do the little cuts in them, give them a couple minutes in the boiling water, take them out, and they're set. You do that anytime. Then when you want them, then you throw them either in a cast iron pan and roll them around, or on the grill.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
what are you making?
I'm gonna be in Houston the next couple of days, so we come back on the 4th. So
ground beef and rice.
We'll plan to. We may have something planned for Saturday, but we'll have to see.
Got it. Okay.
We can talk offline about that.
Okay. All right. Our video tomorrow is red, white, and blue food.
All right.
July 4th.
So go over to the YouTube site if you're not subscribed. Make sure that you're doing that so you can get Sam to 4 million subscribers at some point. I did quick calculations on Malcolm. I figure he should be at 2 million by fall with the rate that he's adding subscribers. So hopefully you're going to be somewhere near the same to cross 4 million. I'm going to hope by the end of the year, but we'll see. We'll see about that.
Listen,
Who cares?
3.5 million went like that.
Yeah.
This is the hard part. This is now the heavy lifting.
This is where we dig in. See what separates the Sam from the boys. You know?
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly what we do.
TheCookingGuy.com is the website. ShopSTCG.com for all accoutrements. Sam, always appreciate the time, and we'll see you in August.
Peace. See you, man.
There he goes. Sam, the Cooking Guy right there. And I think I have one more read here that gets us caught up, and then we'll close the show. Carne asada. I didn't expect that, but it sounds delicious. I think I'm going to do it. And we greet correctional officer for lockdown into the instant chat. Hey, for 17 years, Green Mountain Grill has brought the smoke to the competition scene and backyards all over the world. Their Venturi-style firebox delivers the cleanest 150-degree smoke in the pellet game. The newly redesigned 2025 Prime 2.0 grill blends the proven technology of the past with technology of the future. Green Mountain Grill, the original innovator in all things Wi-Fi, and continues to give the user granular options to control your grill in any environment from anywhere. Green Mountain Grill also leads the pack in accessory creation, from their pizza attachments that deliver pizza in 2 minutes, to rotisseries, to add-on side burners. You name it, they got it. Check out the all-new 2.0 Green Mountain Grill at greenmountaingrills.com. That's greenmountaingrills.com. We're back to wrap the show right after this. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Let's get back to a guy who has more experience giving you his opinion than he actually has cooking. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
So we thank Sam, the Cooking Guy, for joining us for the last segment and a half, segment and 3/4, if you will. Again, thecookingguy.com is his website. You can literally search any meal that you might want to be making, and if he's done something, automatically comes up. The website is very slick. It's not new, but typically it also comes with a video if they've done it as well, along with the recipe, so check that out. Also, if you want to buy the knives and all the other stuff, shopstcg.com, and buy till your heart's desire. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here. All the way back in the first hour is a Malcom Reed visit. Extended. Second hour, a Sam the Cooking Guy visit. Extended. Big show planned for you next week. Dave Gafford from the Barbecue Lab will be in. Robert Moss, of course, will be in, talking about another new side dish. We have a Jess Pryles, no. I don't remember who's in the second hour next month or next week, but I know we have at least one guest booked right now. So at least 3 guests coming up. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, wait. It's, no. See, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's somebody. No matter what, it's somebody. Just know that. So how do I always leave you? September 11th, 2001. I will never forget. Until next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. This is your program host and proud U.S. American Greg Rempe saying, "Oh, that's nice!"
Ooh, this is nice!
This is Dion Blumenrader with Big Hoss One Sauce, and you're listening to the best show on all things barbecue with my man, Greg Rempe.